out on the edge of a ghost town fade, under the shadow of a church's charred remains. Whiskey breath and the cold moon's gleam, dust devils dance where the devils dream. Boots stir the dust of forgotten graves. Tonight I'm meeting a man who never saves. And dancing with a gunslinger, eyes like wildfire scorn, spinning through curses where such souls are born. Last train's whistle is a lonesome cry for those who dance with men who'd rather die. Came with a storm from badland winds, a heart made of leather and steeped in sins. Once loved a girl with the sun in her locks, left her heart in the desert, bound in a box. Revenge a whisper on his parched lips, a dance of bullets as his heartbeat skips. Dancing with a gunslinger under the blood-red moon, moving shadows whisper we'll meet our doom soon. Echoes of laughter and a cold empty flask, beneath each step the past harsh man. Face to face with a ghost in the fray, his eyes hold stories he'll never say. I've come for you, my voice a raspy song. He smiled like he's been waiting all along. Dancing with a gunslinger, fate's cruel hand would dealt in the silent desert where our true hearts have knelt. With each gunshot our sins confess, in the dust we settle, nothing more, nothing less. So let the wind howl over lands we've roamed, a gunslinger's tale in bullets and bones. And we dance on in silence deep, in the haunted desert where old secrets keep. Streets echo with old forgotten claims. Whiskey bottles lay thrown by the church's burned gate, a tale of betrayal and a devil's fiery hate. Oh, the devil's hand, cold and unkind, finds the back of those who've left love behind. In the silence of the desert under a blood-red moon, he walks with shadows, singing a vengeful tune. Now there once was a lover, fair-haired and true, whose heart was stolen in a night of dew. But the lover's promise was a whispered lie, left in a grave where only crows dare fly. Oh, the devil's eyes like burning coals seek out the sinner to claim their souls. Through dust storms howling like a train's lonesome cry, he counts each betrayal under a starless sky. By the forgotten well, he stood his ground, the devil's curse echoing without a sound. Forsaken hearts, now heed my call, revenge be mine, justice for all. abandoned place. In the heart of a cursed desert town, under the eye of a blood-red moon, where the whispers of the wind sound like a mournful, forgotten tune. The dust swirls around empty bottles, and the chapel bells no longer sound. The lone figure walks the shadows where his peace used to be found. Gone with the revenge, a heart turned stone. Beneath the burning skies he walks alone. Lost love's echo in a whiskey-soaked breath. He's a haunted soul, dancing with death. Once a lover, now silhouette against the backdrop of despair. He traded rings for a revolver after vows dissolved in air. The old train whistles a reminder of the night she slipped away with his best friend at the station in the early hours of day. Gone with the revenge, a heart turned stone. Beneath the burning skies he walks alone. Lost love's echo in a whiskey-soaked breath. He's a haunted soul, dancing with death. By the light of a fire in a burning church, he sees her shadows on the flame. With each crackle of the wood, hears the falter of his name. Truth strikes like a thunderclap, his hand tied on the gun. Revenge or mercy in this moment, but the choice can't be undone. Gone with the revenge, or let it go. In the silence of the desert, a new wind starts to blow. From cursed ground to the path of grace, an never forgotten grave, a lesson trace. Gone with the revenge, heart begins to mend. Underneath the starlit sky, may the ghosts finally end.
Out where the horizon bleeds, dusk last light fades away. Dust storms whisper secrets of a cursed town's decay. There's a rail line to nowhere, just echoes of the past, and a crumbling chapel's shadow where redemption didn't last. Here lies a heart buried beneath this silent grave. Lost love's whisper in the wind's mournful stay, where whiskey bottles mark the spot of every sin, buried in silence where only ghosts begin. Found her locket by the old saloon. The glass was cracked and worn. That night the thunder roared, as if heaven felt her scorn. Betrayal brewed in whiskey eyes beneath the sinner's moon, left a trail of broken vows near the burning church in June. Beneath the stars, buried in this silent grave, echoes of footsteps that no prayer could save. Where the wind howls through the hollows of the sins, buried in silence, where the end, my friend, begins. Underneath the faded cross, I lay my vengeance down. The ghost of her laughter haunts this forgotten town. Cursed land, take my soul, for there's nothing left to save. Every whisper turned to dust, every dream a silent grave. Now I'm gone, buried in my own silent grave. No more shadows beneath the old church's nave. Let the desert cover me, let the night sky be my shroud, buried in silence, far from the maddening crowd. So here I rest, no more to roam, a lone gunslinger, far from home. In the land of lost pathways, where the silent spirits crave, my story ends, buried in the silent grave.
Under a sky painted with sorrow's bruise, a ghost town whispers under the moon's faint light. Dust devils dance where the church bells used to ring, and whiskey's my companion through the cold, unforgiving night. Footsteps echo across forgotten graves in this cursed land where only the lost are brave. Spin, spin, black sun waltz in shadows where lost lovers once had danced. Burning past old regrets that haunt underneath the black sun where hope doesn't stand a chance. Her laughter was a melody, a sweet and haunting tune, now swallowed by the silence of this desolate expanse. Promises crumbled like the church consumed by fire. In the asher locket lies a victim of our cursed romance. Train whistles moan a dirge across the barren plains, a sound that's now a lullaby for pain that still remains. Spin, spin, black sun waltz in shadows where old memories twist and glance. Burning dreams, tender hearts that dawn underneath the black sun where spirits still enchant. At the crossroads stood offered me a vengeful path with whispers of the sin. But in the dust storm's wrath I saw her face again. In the eye of the storm, my heart knew it was the end. So spin, spin, black sun waltz, in echoes of what used to be my heart's last dance. No more tears for this path I've sought. Underneath the black sun I embrace the darkness I once fought. In the haunted desert silence my revolver lays beside, with the black sun as my witness. It's here my demons abide.
Out in the hush of the dusk-ridden plains, where the wind whispers secrets in old sacred strains, a ghost town awaits under moon's mournful gaze. Forgotten wood creaking in the sun's dying blaze. Dance the whiskey waltz under starlit skies, spin with shadows of the past, where the true heart lies. Bottles clink like bells for the souls lost at dawn. Each step a story of what's gone, what's gone. Once loved a maiden with fire in her eyes. In a chapel of dreams we exchanged hopeful lies. But the devil called my name with a sinister smile, led me down the path of the damned and vile. Dance the whiskey waltz, feel the pain embrace. Ghosts glide over the ground where we once had grace. The night air fills with the cries of the scorned, echoes of the vows that were sworn, were sworn. In the silence of the desert I face my old fears. The echoes of the train like a scream in my ears. A reckoning comes as the church burns to ash, through whiskey-soaked memories and a cold silver flash. The whiskey waltz with revenge or remorse. Harm curse the lands where each step is a force. Let the dust take my sins where the old church bell tolled. In the dance of the night, dark and bold, each verse and chorus meld into the next, like a haunted melody played by the winds of the west, telling a tale of love, betrayal and redemption amidst the backdrop of a forsaken ghost town. In the heart of a dust-torn ghost town, silence deep and wide,
like a gallows, lighting the devil's last ride. Whiskey bottles lay shattered, testament to the night before. Footsteps echoed on wooden planks from a long forgotten store. Right into the storm, no angel left to mourn. Hell's reins in his hands, over cursed and barren lands. Echoes of a train whistle, fading just like his pride. This is the tale, oh the tale of the devil's last ride. Once loved a maiden fair as dawn, with a heart so wild and free, betrayed by a kiss under the old church's shadow where no one could see. A pact made with darkness, for vengeance was his bride, left nothing but burning churches and those forgotten graves to confide. Right into the black, with sin stacked upon his back, beneath the cruel and mocking sky, where even stars dare not lie. The sound of a train whistle, a ghostly haunting guide. This is the tale, oh the tale of the devil's last ride. By the love he traded for the power he now holds. Whispering winds told stories of a love so bold. In the silence of the desert, his heart finally told. Ride no more, his heart torn and sore. The devil lays down his ghost in the land he wronged the most. The cry of a lone whistle across the plains it slides. Here ends the tale, oh the tale of the devil's last ride. Out where the dust whirls the tales of the past, under the shadow of sins that will last. Whiskey bottles lay empty, souls hollow inside, in the town where the church fire and dark's secrets reside. Echoes of train whistles mournful and low call through the night to the ghost that I know. The smoke flying high, revenge sings a ballad old as the stones buried 'neath crosses and unmarked bones. She was an angel, made the devil repent, but love turned to ash and away she was sent. Betrayal, a cold whisper on a hot desert night, led to a fire that set the heavens alight. Her laughter now haunts every corner of my dreams. In the silent desert, nothing's just as it seems. Blood on the church fire, embers of fate, where the heart meets the shadow at the old pearly gate. Song
redemption too late. I carry this story, I carry this weight. Fate's written clear in the night sky's expanse. In the ashes I found my lost last chance. So here I stand where the old church burned down, whispering secrets to the lost and the found. With blood on my hands and fire in my soul, in the heart of the desert I've paid my toll. Underneath the hollow sky, where the smoke still clings to dawn, whiskey bottles lay in dust from the nights now long since gone. Ghost town whispers call my name through the wind that moans and chokes, and the train whistles speak of pain under hollow sky and smoke. Shadows from my past. Every heartbeat lights a match on the memories that last. In the silent desert's cry, through the burning church's plea, hollow sky and smoke remain, and the cursed land sets no one free. Once knew love like raging fire, till betrayal cooled the flame. Her echo haunts the chapel hill, where they still curse my name. Dust storms roar across my path, hide the tracks where we once spoke. Now nothing's left but burning words under hollow sky and smoke. Echoes worn and cold, each whisper in the darkness, a story left untold. In the grip of night's cold hands, beneath the old oak tree, hollow sky and smoke look down where she swore her love to me. By the forgotten graves I wander, with revenge bitter friend. The cursed land keeps its secrets on this path that knows no end. Face the mirror of my actions in the smoke that round me swirls. Ghostly faces in the shadows, whispers of a lost world. Oh, the sky now holds my fate in a land that's burned and raw. Each step I take is haunted by the law I once so wrought. Through the silent desert's call to the place where spirits weave, underneath the hollow sky, I accept no more to grieve.
In the shadow of the mesa, where the sun forgot to rise, lies a town too scared to whisper under cursed and stormy skies. Dust devils dance with secrets in the streets where we once tread.
past the church with scorched black windows and the whispers of the dead. Hear the whispers in the cursed land, calling soft by night, revenge on chilling breezes beneath the pale moonlight. Each broken soul's a story of love that's turned to sand, all trapped beneath the silence in the whispers of this land. Whiskey bottles lay forgotten in the bar where ghosts reside. Train whistles moan in distances where my old love used to hide. That night the wind was screaming as the fire took its claim, left nothing but her locket and our love a whispered name. Hear the whispers in the cursed land, cries that pierce the dark, burning tales of old betrayal and hearts forever marked. Each step stirs the ash of memories and dreams that couldn't stand, all buried in the quiet and the whispers of this land. The silent saguaro stand, face the echo of my fury, the ghost of who I am. In the dust I saw her face and all the pain at hand. The land holds every secret like a curse upon the sand. Now the whispers in the cursed land, they sing a lonesome tune of love lost to the shadows and hearts out of tune. I walk these haunted valleys where our dreams were planned, fading in the echoes of the whispers of this land.
Out where the horizon bleeds onto dusty plains, a ghost town sleeps under a cursed sky's rain. Whiskey bottles clink in the grip of the dead, echoes of betrayal where false vows were set. The wind carries whispers, a train's mournful cry. Beneath the black sun, only shadows dare to fly. Gone with the black sun, under shadow I roam, chasing echoes of a love, now a memory flown. In this land forsaken, where the silence confessed, my heart beats a dirge in the deep wilderness. She was a flicker of light, swift to ignite. In a chapel of dreams, set the world all right. But the flames rose wild, ate through sacred walls. Her laughter turned to ash when darkness called. Through the smoke she vanished, left nothing behind, only a specter of desire and a man resigned. Gone with the black sun, under its curse I dwell, haunted by a fire and the tolling of the bell. Here in this void, amid the dust and the rust, my soul is a shadow, trailing the lost.
at midnight strike. Handed him my sorrow for a chance to rewrite. But vengeance is a journey on a road with no end. With every step taking more of me, it rents. Gone with the black sun, with revenge my silent partner. I wander these barren lands, ever the lone charter to the ends of the earth, under skies so stern. For her the lost love, forever I yearn. So here's to the outlaws with hearts turned to stone. May the black sun guide you through the deserts you roam.
In the shadow of the valley, where the dead men lie still, the sun bleeds crimson over Boot Hill. Whiskey bottles and secrets buried deep, ghost town echoes, the forsaken weep. A lone whistle splits the silence, a train bound for nowhere, past the hanging tree, swaying in the air. Underneath the hanging tree, that's where he'll find his fate. Ghosts of the past, whispering of hate. Twisted rope and a crooked decree. Lost souls linger where no one's free. In the dusty winds, it sends they'll retreat by the old hanging tree, where the condemned never leave. He wore a badge once, sworn to protect, but a heart turned dark from love's neglect. Burning church on a hill, prayers gone with the smoke, promises shattered, and on his vow he did choke. A lover's betrayal under a blood moon's glare, her whisper in the dark, a cold and desolate affair. Underneath the hanging tree, justice finds its own, a reckoning from seeds of sin that was sown. Merciless sky and a storm's mournful plea, echoes of the cursed and a soul never free. In the howling night, the truth he will perceive. At the base of the hanging tree, only death can relieve. On forsaken ground he stands, gun heavy in hand, faced by the shadows of this cursed land. Their eyes bore through him, each a mirror of his own ghost. In the silence he's the host to the dance toast. A reckoning's breath upon his neck, revenge a bitter seed. It's here at the hanging tree, his fate is decreed. Underneath the hanging tree, a twisted silhouette swings, a tale of a man who gambled with kings. In the silent desert, the story is told of a life taken early and a heart grown cold. By the old hanging tree, he embraced his final breath, swallowed by shadows in the dance of death.
and whisper in badlands. Under a blood-red sky, once stood a town with hope like a heartbeat. For the truths turned to lies. Whiskey bottles lay empty on doorsteps, each one a story untold of dreams gone dry under dust storms cover, and secrets dark and cold. Buried deep in the shadows where the lost souls weep, the winds sing of sorrow where the secrets keep. Beneath the moon's pale watch, old ghosts they roam. In the silence of the desert, I made my cursed home. I loved a girl with eyes like wildfire, heart wild as the shifting sands. She vanished like smoke from a burned out church, slipped right through my hands. In the night I hear the train's lonely whistle, mocking me with its cry as it rolls past forgotten graves under that endless starlit sky. Buried deep in the shadows where the old loves die, the wind speaking riddles beneath a vast dark sky. With each whisper and echo, my restless heart roams. In the silence of the desert, I find my ghostly home. On a night when the storm tears the silence and the past refuses to sleep, I face the curse of this barren land where the wounds cut too deep. There at last stood the truth by the cold light of the dawn. She was a mirage of the desert, a memory forever gone. Now I'm just a shadow where no light seeps, with the dust as my blanket and the earth so steep. Let my sins be buried in this silent, forsaken lone. In the heart of the desert, I accept this ghostly home. Forever buried in the shadows, under sky so wide and dawn. In a dusty town where the sun bleeds red, whiskey bottles echo the tales of the dead. A lone train whistle splits the cursed night air as shadows dance in the square. No one dares to stare. Oh, I struck a deal with the devil's fiery hand, exchanged my soul on this black and forsaken land. In the quiet of the ghost town, my sins whisper cold. Underneath that silver moon, my wicked story told. A forgotten grave unmarked lies out by the weeping willow. A lover's betrayal under the shadow of a church's burned steeple. I loved her as fierce as the desert winds roar, but the devil had plans, now she's gone, her blood on this floor. Yes, I struck a deal with the devil's fiery hand, lost more than I gained on this dark forsaken land. In the hush of the ghost town, my regret
ordeal. So I struck a deal, paid with vengeance and pain. In this silent desert, only the ghosts now know my name. Let the devil take what's left in this life. I'm but a shell in the dust of the cursed land. I wait for the fires of hell. And the train cries low, just like the wails of my doomed soul. In the night, the whiskey whispers of a man who lost control.
In the valley where the shadow lingers, under skies as old as the moon, a church steeple charred and fingered by the wrath of a scorned man's ruin. Whiskey whispers in the ghost town dust, echoes of a train that's gone. No mercy in the church fire, burning red. Flames whisper secrets of the damned and dead. Lost loves lament, a bitter choir, singing to the heavens of the church fire. He wore vengeance like an old coat frayed, her locket cold against his chest. Promises like graveyards laid, and soil barren as his heart's unrest. Through dust storms that erase the tracks, silent deserts hold the tales untold. No mercy in the church fire, wild and wide. The skies cried ash when the faithful cried. Betrayal silhouette against the pyre, cast by the blaze of the church fire. There in the heat amongst the amber age, he found the bones of his love, his child. The truth unveiled on that cursed stage drove him deeper into the wild. Forgotten graves unearth their names as he stands alone, the fire's keeper. No mercy in the church fire, souls ascend, haunted by the echoes that will never end. This ghost town knows of desire, forever marked by the church fire.
Out where the wind whispers secrets and sage, through the ghost town where shadows wage, long wars in silence on the moon's cold light. I ride this cursed land through the blackest night. Old church bell tolls for souls it can't save, a symphony for the damned in a forgotten grave. Raise your glass to the sky, let the whiskey preach, as dust storms dance with a sorrow no man can breach. This is the last ride waltz under a new set tide. Spurs cut deep, heart bleeds, fading out of sight. She was a flame-haired beauty with a serpent's kiss, promised eternity in a bed of bliss. rusted fast as a smoke-filled gun. Now every train whistles a mournful cry for a love lost life, a too quick goodbye. Pour another round, let the memories drown, lost in the whirl of a dusty gown. The last ride waltz, a cursed melody plays, echoing through these silent, damned old days. In a town too dead for the dead to roam, I found her locket, returned to the home we'd known. My heart ached raw, but my path lay clear. Revenge or mercy, the choice was mine to steer. So here's to the roads where old ghosts dwell, to the tales of vengeance that cowboys tell. This last ride waltz with the devil I dance, in the dust of what was, I take my final stand.
Town of Shadow Hollow under a blood-red sky, the wind cries through the chapel where forgotten secrets lie. Dust devils spin the tales of a love that met its pyre, silent as a whiskey that fuels the church fire. Hear the whispers in the church fire, crackling with the sins of lovers crossed by fate's cruel hand, where madness begins. Burning embers tell of hearts entwined in black and white, echoes of the damned in the flames of the church fire. Lonely is the night when the ghost train wails its sorrow, haunting the forsaken where no hope shines on the morrow. She wore lace that glimmered under the moon's cold ire, betrayed by a silver tongue, her truth swallowed by fire. Listen to the whispers in the church fire, mournful and grim, stories of a preacher man whose light grew dreadfully dim. The ash settles like snow on the cursed land's funeral pyre, silhouettes dance caught in the wrath of the church fire. I see her face once more, her beauty a specter on heaven's forsaken shore. With each crackle her voice calls for retribution dire. In the heart of the blaze I confront my heart's liar. There's peace in the whispers of the church fire, fading away as the dawn breaks over bones in the cool light of day. What's gone is gone, with the smoke rising higher, and I leave behind the shadows and the last of the church fire. This song weaves through the haunting echoes of love lost and the chilling pursuit of revenge, all set against a backdrop of a cursed town, consumed by fire and shadow.
out in the howling silent sands, with whiskey in my shaking hands. The ghost towns wail their lonesome sins as I ride through the desert wind. Dust storms swirl where churches burn, where love was lost and never returned. The train whistles more like an old best friend. Echoes follow through the desert wind. Oh, the desert wind, it knows my name. Whispers secrets, old tales of shame. Every gust a reminder of what could have been. I ride along with the desert wind. Under the black velvet sky stars dim, recall the night betrayal did begin. She vanished like smoke on a cursed land's whim, her laughter lost to the desert wind. Found her locket near a forgotten grave, promises whispered too faint to say. A silver bullet, a heart to mend. Revenge calls cold in the desert wind. Oh, the desert wind, bitter and wild, carries the cries of the devil's child. It sings a vengeance for my lost kin. My fate's sealed with the desert wind. In the hush of night, my shadow stands tall against the backdrop where old wrongs call. The past and present now thinly skinned. My reckoning rides on the desert wind. So here I stand where the church once screamed, accepting this life as fate had deemed. The desert knows my sins pinned, forever bound to the desert wind. Keep riding through till the end begins, just a ghost in the roar of the desert wind. In the shadow of a burnt down church, under the eye of a silver moon, whiskey whispers through the ghost town dirt, where love and vengeance met their doom. Dusty bottles tell the tales of forbidden loves and bitter trails. Each sip a story, each glass a grave, in the land where the lost souls crave. Midnight in the whiskey, on cursed lands I roam, haunted by the echoes of what used to be my home. The wind cries out for justice through streets forever cold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the truth is seldom told. There's a train that wails like a lover's scorn, through silent deserts where dreams turn to thorns. She left with a secret in the dead of night,
her silhouette fading by the lantern's light, caught twixt the bottle and the blaze. A heart once pure, now lost in haze. Promises crumbled into dust in this town of the damned and unjust. Midnight in the whiskey, with shadows as my guide, searching for redemption on this ghostly midnight ride. The past claws at my spirit, refusing to let hold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the nights are long and cold. At the stroke of midnight, by the old graveyard side, I saw her face in the moonlight, where secrets can't hide. She whispered of sorrow, of the love we once sold. In her eyes, the fires of vengeance, in that silent curse of bone. Midnight in the whiskey, where the lost are found, beneath the stars of sorrow, on this haunted hallowed ground. The church bell rings for no man, but tonight it tolls for thee. Midnight in the whiskey sets the darkest spirits free. Horizon bleeds into the night. Silent deserts hold whispers of a vengeful plight. There's a cursed trail they call the lantern path, where shadows move and good men don't last. Under the moon gold glare, the whiskey tells no lies. Dusty winds moan as another heart dies. Oh, the lanterns sway, but their lights grown dim on the path where sinners walk, the chance is slim. Ghosts of the fallen swirling in the sands, I walk with my regrets and blood on my hands. Like a fiery brand, till betrayal left me with gunpowder and a shaking hand. In a ghost town by the chapel's burning light, I lost my heart and set the world alright. Train whistle cries like the haunted souls below, forgotten graves where the broken spirits go. Yes, the lanterns sway, fading out of sight, carrying dreams of the cursed through the night. The dust settles on the stories best forgot. On the path of shadows, love matters not. Dressed in black, eyes like coal pits and a noose in his
sack. Vengeance or peace, he asked a devil's grin. My heart knew the answer was blowing in the wind. Now the lanterns blaze as I take my stand.